If there's one thing I can tell you with the absolute conviction after my years spent in the red pill and observing intergender dynamics, it is this. 99% of all men in the world are clueless about what makes them truly attractive to a woman. This statistic might sound hyperbolic to you, but I'm setting the bar for understanding women rather high. Listen, there is a popular saying I like. If you want to catch fish, don't ask the fish, ask the fisherman. It rings truer in the dating world than any other space. The last thing you should do when trying to decipher women is paying any heed to what they tell you verbally. In fact, in many cases, it is safe to assume the opposite of what she spouts. Women don't know what they want, and if they do, they'll never tell you. But don't worry, you have me. Here's the deal. The whole reason you're attracted to girls is because they're not like boys. And the whole reason girls are attracted to boys is because they're not like girls. Or at least shouldn't be. There's a cardinal rule to the whole world, alongside many others I should mention. And that is this: opposites attract. Even Newton to a degree understood the significance and the relation between two opposites. So should you. Just like two opposing ends of a magnet attract, so do the opposite forces of femininity and masculinity. Here's something you should look up on Google. It's called sexual dimorphism. It refers to the degree that a man is masculine and a woman is feminine. It is the umbrella that accommodates a whole host of traits that the genders seek in each other. So work to build your dimorphic traits if you want a pretty and feminine girl in your life. There's another phase in this manosphere I love. She will fill the void of masculinity if you leave it open. That means the less masculine you are, the less feminine she is. One of my favorite books on the subject of male-female relationships is an old one. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. It was written by John Gray and makes exactly the same point. For too long in the modern world, the genders and their roles and expectations have become diluted to a degree that it's hard to even find a feminine woman or a truly masculine man. This is the gap in the dating market today. To be able to get a pretty woman who's feminine, you need to become a strong man who's masculine. Women are yearning for a man that exudes a raw, masculine energy about him and carries all the traits that have conventionally defined a man. Most guys in the world walk around and interact with women in a way their mom told them was the best way. They never develop the ability to see himself from the girl's perspective and to silently understand her nature, even if she's saying the complete opposite. There are people I've seen in the world that do everything they think will get them the girl. Give her all the time and attention in the world, put her above everything else, throw away all ambitions for her, be texting her all the time and open doors and pull chairs, and yet they get snaked on like everybody else. Men, understand this. There's no one coming to save you, no one to talk you through every step of the process. You are all alone and you need to figure this out by yourself. The most important thing a man can be, and the thing that any woman will find irresistible, is his masculinity. Now, granted, there is a limit in that direction as well, but we're not in any danger of falling in that ditch. The real problem is the lack of masculine qualities in today's world, not the excess of it. If a man likes a submissive feminine girl, his first instinct is to act masculine around her. That is the opposite to her pull, and that is the trait that will pull her in. So when I see a man that starts acting sus around a girl he likes, I can't help but draw a few inferences. I can't help but think that the man must not have had the proper guidance under a male guardian that could have guided him through the transition and taught him how to interact with women. I've said this before. There's only two types of girls in the world that men have no trouble talking to. The girl they don't like, the girl they already know likes them. But when it is reserved, when there's a girl you like but don't know if she likes you back, you're jittery and scared. You can't speak properly in front of her and you make stupid mistakes. All that stems from an incapability of being a strong masculine leader and not being able to put something above attaining or pursuing that woman. By far, the biggest mistake I see men make today that ruins their masculine aura is putting a girl before everything else. Listen, they might say they want your love and attention, but anything in excess quickly loses its value. Women see men as hitching on a ride, and that ride is the lifestyle you provide and your story of success. They want to be part of that ride. How would you feel if you boarded an expensive cruise ship and instead of sailing off into the vast, beautiful ocean, it just stayed there docked at its harbor? That's what girls feel about men that lose their purpose when they get too attached. Masculinity has always been about achieving, building, creating, protecting, but today, too many men lose sight of their ambition and purpose for a girl, and that turns her off big time. The second most important trait you need to develop is your physicality. No matter what the popular narrative tells you, as a man, your physical strength, agility, and confidence is extremely important for you to lead a successful and happy life. Thus means having to put years of consistent hard work into training and trimming the facts and building muscle. But I would go one step further and say that every man, at least for a few months, should learn how to fight. I cannot stress this enough. But fighting is the pure form of male competition that has ever existed in history, and it teaches you more about life and its challenges than any theoretical training ever can. Remember, I can tell you this from personal experience, there will be times in your life where you will find yourself locked in a physical combat against another man. It will happen. So prepare for that day if you don't want to be defeated, embarrassed, or worse, killed. The world is a dangerous place, and as Jordan Peterson says, you need to become a dangerous man if you want to survive in it. Your masculine values are the only thing that can help you achieve that, but they require the hard work and discipline to develop. Otherwise, you'll just be part of a mass of ordinaries who live and die with no one remembering who they were or what they stood for. If not for anything else, remember that your masculinity is your only refuge when the world gets real, when nature shows you how cold and unforgiving it can be. It is the harness of life that masculinity is developed and that needed. Women are simply a consequence of developing these traits. Never make the mistake of building yourself with the sole focus on attracting a woman. You will ultimately get neither. Get the order of operations straight and forgo thinking about women as the primary driver for your motivation. The world is a vast open expanse, and you have nothing better to do in this short life than to try and conquer it. So go out and do so. And in that grand pursuit, channels like this are your greatest well of knowledge and guidance. I combine my years of knowledge and personal experience in the dating world, red pill and male-female dynamics, to bring you content that puts you ahead of 99% of the competition today. So like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Share this across social media and in your friend circle, because this is the kind of knowledge that will help build a strong team of strong men around you. And that is it for this one. See you in the next one.